There will always be storms in the world, but true strength is choosing stillness while everything around you is shaking. Share this with the important people in your life. Let them know you care about their peace too. Write this in the comments. I am not my emotions. I am the calm that watches them pass. You feel it, don't you? The heaviness, the noise, that tired feeling that creeps in when your mind won't stop running, thoughts spiraling, emotions pulling you in every direction, and all you want is to feel peace again. Stoicism doesn't ask you to be emotionless. It invites you to feel fully without being ruled by what you feel. You don't need control, you need clarity. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Breathe in slowly. Now ask yourself, who would I be if I stopped letting every emotion become a storm? Let what you can't change pass through you like wind through open hands. That thought that keeps returning, let it float by. That anger rising in your chest, notice it, but don't feed it. That fear whispering all the worst-case scenarios, smile gently at it and let it go. The Stoics taught that we are not disturbed by things, but by the opinions we form about them. And most of the time, those opinions were shaped long before we realized. So now you pause, you slow down, and you choose a new way. Pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. You're allowed to feel, but you are not required to follow every feeling to its edge. Imagine a fire burning around you, and instead of running, you stand still, because you've realized that the fire is only real if you throw yourself into it. Let the world be loud. Let others be lost in their reactions. You choose presence. You choose breath. You choose peace. And slowly, you begin to remember the power that's always been yours, the power to respond with calm. There's something deeply powerful about the moment you realize you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts, and the observer is always still. When your mind races, when your emotions surge, you have a choice. Not an easy choice, but a quiet one. You can step back. You can notice the rise without being pulled by it. And with each breath, you return to yourself. We grow up believing we have to react. We're trained to answer pain with pain, anger with anger, fear with panic. But the Stoic sees through the surface. The Stoic learns to pause, to create a sacred space between stimulus and response. That space is where your peace lives. That space is where your wisdom lives. That space is where you live. You don't need to fix everything in your mind. You just need to stop letting it carry you away. Every emotion is like a wave. It builds, it crashes, it fades. But you are the ocean beneath it. Calm, fast, unmoved. When you're overwhelmed, when your chest feels tight and your thoughts won't stop spinning, close your eyes, place a hand over your heart, and ask quietly, what story am I telling myself right now? What emotion am I feeding? What am I afraid will happen if I simply let go? The Stoics remind us, nothing external has the power to disturb you unless you allow it. So when the world shouts, lower your voice inside. Speak gently to yourself. Say, I see the anger, I see the fear, but I do not choose them today. I choose clarity. I choose calm. You don't have to believe every thought that crosses your mind. You don't have to climb into every emotion that rises. There is peace in just watching. There is peace in knowing that every moment is a chance to return to yourself. Repeat this when you need it. I do not chase control. I return to what I can guide. My mind, my breath, my response. Yes, the storm may rage, but you are no longer trying to stop the storm. You are learning how to stand in the middle of it and remain whole. That is the gift of Stoicism. Not the absence of emotion, but the mastery of it. Let yourself feel sadness, but choose not to drown in it. Let yourself feel fear, but do not kneel before it. Let yourself feel anger, but do not become it. Observe, accept, release. Imagine your thoughts like leaves on a river. Some are light and gentle. Some are heavy and jagged. But all of them float downstream if you don't grab onto them. So don't grab. Just notice and let them pass. Right now, you may be tired. You may be overwhelmed. That's okay. Peace is not about pretending to feel fine. It's about staying rooted, even when you don't. The Stoic says, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You have that power now, not tomorrow, not when everything is perfect. Now, you can slow your breathing, you can shift your posture, you can step back from the emotion trying to drag you, and say quietly, no, I will not lose myself to this. The more you practice, the less power those emotions will have over you. You will still feel them, but you won't obey them. You won't let them steer the ship. Remember, you are not here to be unbreakable. You are here to be unshakable. There's a difference. Being unbreakable is a myth. We all feel pain. We all break sometimes. But being unshakable means that even when you break, you return to center. Even when you fall, you rise calmly, quietly, with resolve. That is the Stoic path. And it's not cold. It's not distant. It's deeply alive. It's the path of a human being who refuses to let the world define their peace. You are that kind of person, not because you're perfect, but because you're practicing. Every moment, every breath, every choice is a practice. When you feel triggered, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this emotion a teacher or a trap? Will reacting make this better or just louder? You'll be amazed how often the answer is silence. How often the answer is breath. You are not weak for feeling. You are strong for staying grounded while feeling. You are not broken because your thoughts race. You are wise because you're learning how to watch them without running. One of the greatest Stoic reminders is this: it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. So what if you began to question those opinions? What if you stopped accepting every thought as truth? What if you practiced quiet, not just on the outside, but inside your mind? You'd begin to feel something new, a kind of stillness, a kind of strength that isn't loud but undeniable. That's what you're building now. And even if no one sees it, you will feel it. Keep going. Even now, in this moment, you're already practicing a kind of mastery by choosing to listen, by choosing to be still, by choosing to care about the state of your inner world. Most people don't. Most people get swept up in the current of reaction. They live in defense. They run from silence. They fight feelings they never learned to understand. But you're here, not to fight your mind, but to befriend it. And sometimes, the most powerful friendship begins with silence. Let yourself be still. Let the weight you're carrying melt off your shoulders, not by solving it, but by setting it down. The Stoics didn't live without pain. They simply refused to let pain decide their worth. They felt fear, but they didn't obey it. They saw anger, but they didn't become its servant. And when grief came, they sat with it like an old friend, because they understood. Grief only visits those who've known love, and that is nothing to fear. Control of the mind is not about force. It's about awareness. You become the master of your emotions by becoming intimate with them, by sitting with your sadness, by walking beside your anxiety, by listening to the voice of fear without believing every word it says. This is the path of the calm warrior, not the one who fights the loudest, but the one who needs no sword to defend their peace. When the storm rises again, remember this: you don't need to control the storm. You only need to return to the breath. Again, and again, and again. It sounds too simple, but that's what makes it powerful. Everything you think you need, you already have within you. The strength, the clarity, the space to choose your response. You've always had it. You were just never taught how to return to it. Until now, let yourself unlearn the panic. Let yourself release the story that says, I'm not enough, I'm too much, or I'll never be okay. Those aren't truths. They're echoes, and you don't have to keep listening. Every time you pause, every time you choose silence over reaction, you are rewriting your story. That is what Stoicism gives you. Not armor to hide your feelings, but clarity to understand them. Let your emotions be messengers, not masters. Sadness says, something mattered. Anger says, something crossed a boundary. Fear says, stay safe. But your wisdom says, I hear you, and I will decide what to do next. That's the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is automatic. Responding is intentional. And every time you respond, you reclaim power that was always yours. So when your mind screams, lower your voice inside. When the world demands, give yourself permission to delay your answer. When someone hurts you, don't rush to retaliate. Pause, feel, respond with wisdom, not impulse. That is strength. Not just the ability to endure, but the ability to choose how you endure. The ability to feel everything and still remain rooted in peace. Sometimes you'll feel like you're failing. That's okay. The Stoic path is not about perfection. It's about practice. It's about returning again and again to the quiet place within you. You don't have to silence your thoughts. You just have to stop following them blindly. You don't have to control every emotion. You just have to notice when they're steering the ship and gently take the wheel back. And yes, there will be days when it's harder. When your mind is loud. When your heart aches. When you feel like you're unraveling. But even on those days, especially on those days, you return to the breath. You return to the moment. You return to yourself. You say quietly, this too is a test of my strength. This too is part of my becoming. The Stoic knows life doesn't get easier, but your ability to meet it with grace, with calm, with strength, that grows. Every time you fall and rise with softness, you become stronger. Not the brittle kind of strength, but the rooted kind, the deep, unmoving kind, the strength of stillness. So breathe, be here, feel what you feel without drowning in it. And know this, you are not behind, you are not broken, you are not too late, you are becoming, and becoming takes time. You are already doing the work. Right now, just by listening, just by being here, let that be enough for today. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. Let your thoughts float by like clouds in a wide, open sky. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them. And the one who sees is always free. You don't have to believe every story your mind tells you. You don't have to follow every emotion that rises like a wave. Just watch. Just breathe. Just remain. This is the heart of Stoicism. To be still in the middle of the storm. Not because the storm has ended, but because you've stopped fearing the wind. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that emotions make us weak, that crying is failure, that fear is something to hide. But the Stoics knew better. They knew that the strongest person in the room is the one who chooses how they respond, even when they feel everything deeply. Strength is not the absence of emotion. Strength is the presence of wisdom, even while emotion runs wild. So if you're feeling a lot right now, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're alive. It means you're aware. It means you're growing. Let that feeling move through you. Don't suppress it. Don't feed it. Just witness it. Let it pass like wind through open hands, like a shadow across stone. Can't hurt you unless you hold on to it. Say to yourself softly, this feeling is not forever. This thought is not truth. This moment is not my identity. And then breathe, again and again. Control doesn't mean perfection. It means presence. It means you notice your anger before it spills. You catch your fear before it builds. You sit with discomfort without running from it. And in doing so, you break the cycle. That is mastery. That is freedom. You are not at war with your mind. You are learning its language. You are teaching it patience. You are guiding it home. There will always be noise in the world, but peace begins the moment you stop letting it in. Not by building walls, but by deepening your roots. Stillness is your anchor, and when you feel overwhelmed, return to the breath. Feel the air as it moves through you. Notice how your body responds. That is your power. The power to pause, to observe, to choose. Even when the world moves fast, you can move slowly. Even when emotions roar, you can whisper back, "Not now. Not this time. I choose calm. I choose awareness." You're not numb. You're clear. You're not detached. You're focused. You're not cold. You're steady. This is what happens when you begin to control the only thing that truly belongs to you, your response. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. You'll start to notice the space between stimulus and action. That tiny pause, that breath, that's where your power lives. That's where you make the choice to respond instead of react, to see instead of judge, to lead your mind instead of being led by it. And yes, you'll still stumble. You'll still feel overwhelmed some days. You'll still get pulled back into old patterns. But now you'll recognize it. You'll notice the tension building. You'll feel the old stories rising. And instead of drowning, you'll float above. You'll smile at the chaos, not because you enjoy it, but because it no longer controls you. This is the freedom Stoicism offers. The freedom to let go without giving up. The freedom to care without clinging. The freedom to feel without being ruled by feeling. Imagine that, living with your heart open and your mind clear, feeling everything, but obeying nothing but truth. That's the goal. Not to become invincible, but to become peaceful. To return to yourself again and again, until your presence becomes unshakable, until your calm becomes louder than your fear, until your peace becomes your default, not your exception. This is your practice now. This is your path. And there's no rush, no pressure, no deadline, just this moment, just this breath, right here, right now. Let that be enough. Let that be your strength. Let that be the start. Notice how your breath moves. Steady, constant, like a quiet river flowing beneath the surface of a restless world. That river is your mind's true nature, calm and deep, always there beneath the noise. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that this rushing current is not your whole self. It's just a moment, a feeling, a passing wave. You are the river, steady and endless. You don't have to fight every wave. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to let the wave pass. Not because you're weak, but because you are wise. Wisdom isn't about stopping the storm. It's about learning how to stand tall in the rain, knowing it will end. So, when your emotions rise like thunder, don't try to silence them. Instead say, "I see you, I hear you," and then return to the breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, slow and steady. Notice how it grounds you. Notice how you can return to peace, simply by focusing on what is present right here, right now. This is not magic. This is practice. And every time you practice, you grow stronger. Let's talk about pain. Not the pain that breaks you, but the pain that teaches you. Pain is a messenger. It shows you where you've been hurt. It reveals what matters most to you. It is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain, that's what defines your strength. You can choose to tighten and resist, to clutch your suffering and let it define you. Or you can choose to breathe through it, to let it pass through like wind through open hands. That choice is yours, even when it feels like everything else is out of control. The Stoics remind us that life is not always fair. But fairness is not the point. The point is how you respond when life feels unfair. You don't need control, you need clarity. Clarity to see what you can change, and wisdom to let go of what you cannot. That is freedom. That is peace. When fear arises, remember, fear is just a story your mind tells you about the future. It's a shadow stretching out beyond what you can see. It's not real, only your reaction to it is. Say to yourself, "I may feel fear, but I will not be ruled by it. I choose courage, one breath at a time." Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means stepping forward despite it. And when anger flares, instead of exploding, pause. Ask yourself, what is this anger trying to protect? What boundary is being crossed? Then, instead of reacting, respond. Speak with calm. Act with reason. You are the captain of your mind, the guardian of your peace. No external event can take that from you unless you let it. The more you practice this, the more you realize You are not your emotions. You are their observer. You can hold them, understand them, and then let them go. Let's pause again. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the weight of your body against the chair or floor. Feel your feet grounded on the earth. Know that right now you are safe. Safe enough to feel. Safe enough to rest. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to solve every problem. You just have to be present. Presence is your greatest gift to yourself. It is the foundation from which all healing grows. So when your mind races, bring it back gently. Don't scold it. Just guide it back. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. Watch them pass without grabbing them. You can always come back to the still center inside you. That center is unshakable. That center is yours. And in that center, you find the strength to face tomorrow. The strength to face whatever comes next, with calm and clarity. Remember, your mind is not a battle to be won. It is a garden to be tended, with patience, with kindness, with care. Nurture your thoughts like seedlings. Give space for the good to grow. Give space for the hard to soften. Give space for peace to take root. And when you feel lost, tired, or overwhelmed, come back to this. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. There is power in that slow unfolding. There is wisdom in that quiet persistence. There is freedom in choosing your response. So now, bring your attention once more to your breath. Feel its rhythm. Feel its life. Know that you are alive. You are here. And you are enough. Let your breath find its own natural rhythm, neither forcing nor holding back. Breathe in slowly, as if you are drawing peace from the very air itself. Breathe out gently, releasing tension you didn't even realize you were holding. Every breath is a quiet reminder. You have always been here. You have always been able to return. The mind is like the sea, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy. But beneath every storm, the deep water stays still. You are that deep water. No matter how fierce the waves on the surface, your core remains untouched. When emotions rise, don't see them as obstacles. See them as messengers, carrying lessons wrapped in their turbulence. Anger may be signaling where your boundaries need care. Sadness may be asking for gentle attention. Fear may be whispering about where you feel unsafe. Listen to them without judgment. Let them speak. And then, with kindness, say, "Thank you for sharing. I see you. I will take care of you." This is not weakness. This is courage. You don't need to control your emotions like a tyrant. You need to hold them like a wise friend, with patience and respect. Your mind can be a sanctuary, not a battlefield. Imagine it as a quiet garden. Weeds may grow, but you have the power to tend it. Pull out the thoughts that do not serve you. Plant seeds of hope, calm, and understanding. This practice of tending your mind is not about perfection. It's about presence, about showing up for yourself again and again, even when it's hard. When overwhelmed, remember the Stoic advice. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do. This doesn't mean resignation. It means acceptance. Acceptance is the doorway to peace. When you accept what is, your energy is freed from fighting the world, and you can use it to shape your response. You are not powerless. You are powerful in the way you choose to meet life. Even in pain, you can choose peace. Even in loss, you can choose presence. Remember Marcus Aurelius' words. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You may feel tired now. That is okay. Rest is part of strength. Rest is the soil where resilience grows. When the mind feels chaotic, anchor yourself in the body. Notice the feel of your feet on the ground. Feel your heartbeat steady in your chest. This moment is your refuge. No one can take away your peace unless you give it to them. And peace is not a distant goal. It is a choice made again and again. You don't have to wait for calm to come from outside. You carry calm within you. When the noise of the world grows loud, turn your gaze inward. Find the quiet place that no one can disturb. That quiet place is your mind when you choose to lead it. You are the master of your inner world. This mastery is not born from force, but from gentle discipline, from the willingness to meet yourself, to observe without judgment, to guide without harshness. Now imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky. You watch them come and go. You don't chase them. You don't push them away. They simply pass. Some are dark and heavy. Some are light and soft. All are temporary. Your mind, like the sky, remains vast and open. No thought can confine you. No feeling can define you. You are bigger than every worry, every fear, every sadness. This awareness is your freedom. The freedom to choose calm over chaos. The freedom to respond rather than react. Write this in your mind now. I am the calm in the storm. I am the peace beneath the noise. Say it again softly. Let it sink in. This is your truth. No matter what happens, you can come back to this truth. It is the foundation beneath your feet, the anchor for your soul. So when your emotions pull you in many directions, return to your breath. Return to this moment. Return to yourself. This is your strength. Not in controlling what happens, but in controlling your response. This is the heart of Stoicism. This is the path to inner peace. And it is always available. Right here, right now. Let's begin again by bringing your attention to the present. Feel your breath as it moves. Steady, gentle, without force. Allow your mind to settle, like the surface of a lake after the wind has passed. In this stillness, know that you are not alone in your struggle. Every person, no matter how strong they seem, wrestles with their mind. The difference lies not in never feeling overwhelmed, but in how they respond when those feelings come. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to keep coming back again and again to this moment, to this breath, to this awareness. When your mind spins into worry or fear, imagine it as a leaf caught in a stream. You don't have to chase the leaf. You don't have to grab it. Just let it float by. Sometimes your mind will bring up memories or worries, images that pull at your heart or stir your emotions. This is natural. It is not a sign of weakness. It is part of being human. The Stoics teach us that the source of much suffering is not the events themselves, but our judgments about them. Remember, events happen, they are neutral. We give them meaning, and that meaning shapes how we feel. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what meaning am I giving this moment? Is there another way to see this? This shift in perspective is the doorway to peace. You might say to yourself, this is difficult, but I can handle it. This feeling will pass. I am not my thoughts. I am their witness. Witnessing your thoughts is a powerful act. Create space between you and the chaos inside. In that space, you find freedom. Freedom to choose your response. Freedom to remain calm when others lose control. Freedom to protect your peace. You may wonder, how do I cultivate this freedom day by day? The answer lies in small, steady practices. A moment of mindfulness when your mind races. A pause before reacting to anger or frustration. A deep breath when anxiety takes hold. These small moments build resilience. They train your mind to be like a well-tended garden, able to weather storms and bloom in the sun. Let us explore the power of acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up. It is recognizing what is true right now, without adding extra suffering by resisting. You cannot control everything, but you can control your attitude. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This truth is the foundation of peace. When life feels unfair or overwhelming, practice acceptance. Say to yourself, I accept this moment as it is. I will respond with wisdom and calm. Letting go of resistance releases energy. Energy you can use to focus on what truly matters, your inner peace. Now, imagine a situation that has been troubling you. Picture it clearly in your mind. Notice what feelings arise. Instead of pushing these feelings away, invite them to come closer. See them without fear or judgment. Now breathe deeply. Imagine these feelings as clouds, passing slowly across the sky. You are the sky, vast, open, and unchanging. No storm can last forever. The feelings will pass. What remains is your true self, calm, steady, and whole. This practice of embracing your emotions without being controlled by them is the heart of controlling your mind. It is not suppression. It is understanding. It is not avoidance. It is presence. This is the strength that Stoicism teaches. The strength to meet life's challenges without losing yourself. You might ask, what if my emotions feel too strong? What if I feel overwhelmed? This is when patience becomes your ally. Patience with yourself. Patience with your mind. Patience with the process. Change is not instantaneous. It is gradual, like the slow growth of a tree. Every day your roots grow deeper. Every day your branches reach higher. You are growing toward peace. Now bring your attention back to your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Feel the steady rhythm of life within you. Know that this breath is always with you, a constant anchor in a changing world. Whenever your mind feels chaotic, return to this breath. Return to this moment. And remember, you are not your emotions. You are the awareness behind them. This awareness is your true power. It is the quiet strength that no external force can take away. So when life feels heavy, when your mind feels restless, come back here. Come back to the breath, to the calm, to the strength within. This is your refuge. This is your power. This is your peace. Feel your body grounded, connected to the earth beneath you. Imagine roots growing from your feet, deep into the soil, steady, strong, unshakable. This connection holds you steady when your mind feels like a storm. The mind will try to pull you toward fears, doubts, or regrets, but you have a choice: to follow the storm or to stand firmly in your calm. You don't need to conquer every thought. You need to greet them kindly and then let them pass. Remember, a thought is just a visitor. It may knock on your door, but you don't have to invite it in for a long stay. The Stoics remind us that we have power in the space between stimulus and response. That space is where freedom lives. Imagine it as a quiet pause, a breath held just long enough to decide who you want to be in this moment. You might not control everything that happens, but you always control your choice. When emotions surge, don't react immediately. Step back, observe, ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Does it serve my peace? If not, release it gently, like a leaf drifting off a river's edge. This practice is patience with yourself, with the tangled, messy, beautiful process of being human. Your mind is not a problem to be solved, but a garden to be tended. Sometimes the weeds grow fast. Sometimes the flowers bloom unexpectedly. All of it is part of the rhythm. There is no rush, no deadline, no need for harsh judgment. Every moment you choose to return to calm, you deepen your resilience. You are training your mind to be your ally, not your enemy. Pain will come. Disappointment will visit. Uncertainty will knock at your door. You don't need to fear these moments. They do not define you. Your reaction is your power. Do not let pain become a prison. Choose instead to see pain as a teacher, a stern but honest guide. When pain knocks, meet it with courage, not resistance. Say to yourself, this is hard, but I will carry this moment with strength. This is the essence of Stoic courage, not the absence of fear, but the choice to move forward despite it. When emotions cloud your mind, return to the present. Feel the weight of your body, the rhythm of your breath, the gentle pulse of life within. You are here now. You are not your fears. You are not your worries. You are the witness behind all thoughts. This witnessing is your true self, calm, vast, and steady. Imagine a clear blue sky, limitless and open. Clouds may come and go, but the sky remains. So too your mind. Let thoughts and feelings be like those clouds. Come, stay a while, then pass. You don't have to hold on to them. Release them with compassion. This is how you take back control. Not by forcing or fighting, but by accepting and choosing. You may find it helpful to create small rituals in your day. A moment of quiet before you rise. A pause before you respond to stress. A practice of gratitude for what is good. These moments anchor you. They build a steady foundation of calm. When you cultivate calm within, you become less shaken by what happens outside. You begin to see clearly what is within your control and what is not. Focus on what you can change: your thoughts, your attitude, your actions. Let what you cannot change pass through you like wind through open hands. This wisdom is your armor, a gentle strength that carries you forward. Sometimes your mind may feel like a crowded room, noisy with competing voices. When this happens, find your quiet corner, your breath, your body, your awareness. Return to this sanctuary again and again. No matter how loud the noise, you have this refuge. You are not your thoughts. You are their observer. This separation is liberation. It allows you to choose which thoughts to nourish and which to let go. Imagine planting seeds of kindness toward yourself, seeds of patience, seeds of understanding. Tend these seeds daily with compassion. Watch them grow into steady calm. You deserve this kindness from yourself most of all. So when your mind feels tired or overwhelmed, do not push it away. Invite it in. Hold it gently. Offer it rest. Healing comes in stillness, in acceptance, in the quiet knowing that you are enough. You are whole. You are enough exactly as you are in this moment. When fear or anxiety arise, remind yourself, they are feelings, not facts. They do not define you. You can feel afraid and still be strong. You can feel uncertain and still choose peace. This balance is your power. Let it guide you back to calm, to clarity, to strength. You don't need control, you need clarity. Clarity to see what truly matters. Clarity to respond with wisdom. Clarity to be present in your own life. This clarity is cultivated through practice, through patience. It is a journey, not a destination. One breath at a time, one moment at a time. Trust yourself to keep walking this path. You are never alone. The wisdom of the Stoics walks with you. Their strength lives within you. Lean into that strength. Let it be your guide. Your calm in the storm, your light in the darkness, your peace in the chaos. Remember to share this peace with others. Share this with the important people in your life. Let them know you care about their peace too. Write this in the comments. I am the calm in the storm. I am steady. I am strong. Feel these words settling in. Let them become your truth. No matter what comes, you have the power to choose your response. This is your freedom. This is your strength.